Trust in Vladimir Putin declines steeply among Russians, poll shows. World News.
Here's a summary of the article.
Trust in Vladimir Putin and Russia's ruling party have declined steeply over the past year, with analysts pointing to the government's controversial pension changes as the main reason. In a poll by the independent Levada Center, 39% of Russians listed Putin as a politician they trust. It is among the lowest support Putin has held in the last decade, according to FOM data, tied only with his support in late 2013 just before the annexation of Crimea and a wave of patriotic fervor. Voters in the Far East and Siberia rejected governors from United Russia, the party closely allied with Putin. Shoigu's trust rating has fallen 8% in the last year, while that of the foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, dropped by 9%. Russia's pension changes, which were signed into law by Putin last week, will delay retirement age for all Russians by 5 years. As Russia's economy has stalled in the past half-decade, support for Putin has become more closely associated with Russia's geopolitical stance as a bulwark to Western influence. Support for Putin waned after mass protests in Moscow in 2011, but jumped when Russia annexed Crimea in 2014, portrayed domestically as a return to Russia's great power status.
This post received a score of 49,633, with an upvote ratio of 87%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Signs an unpopular retirement bill, expected backlash.
As if Putin has to care about opinion polls.
Yup, a decade ago this might have mattered. But they voted their ability to curtail Putin away.
What does voted their ability to curtail Putin away mean?
The Russian people voluntarily voted for an autocrat when the elections were free and fair, so when they had the actual ability to check Putin with their votes they failed, and now there are no longer free elections in Russia.
The foundations for that were laid under Yeltsin already. You can blame Putin for making use of it, but he didn't design the constitution to work this way.
You can blame him. He's a man with free will, and he willed that he should be dictator.
Where did I say you can't blame him? Didn't I literally say the opposite?
You guys agree. Now hug.
So what? He just won an election and their cycles are extremely long there, perfect time to pass unpopular legislation, people will forget in a few months.
Or years, but on point. Agree.
Years. IDK if you're in the US, but here we're going through these on a daily basis.
Someone should make a chart of all of the trending political topics on Twitter from like the past 3 months. I probably wouldn't even remember most of them tbh. This is a great idea. It's alright, 112% of the population will still vote for him in the next election after all the opposition candidates are arrested for terrorism the day before the vote.
Putin is smarter than that. He usually rocks about 70%. High enough to give him a wide mandate. Low enough to be at least slightly possible.
Yeah, but the joke was based by how Russia often had over 100% turnout. There was even a video of someone shoved so many papers into the ballot box. And the lady blocking a camera with balloons.
Context? Opening square bracket. And #X200B.
Jesus Christ, that was obvious. She could have at least tried to be discreet about it.
Why bother?
I like how Garry Kasparov put it, if you lived in Russia and someone called you and said, "Hi, what do you think of Vladimir Putin?" what would you say? It's actually amazing they get as many unfavorable votes as they do.
I wish more people in this thread realized this, so much hate here geez, see.
Breaking, person responsible for poll found dead.
This just in, several people found to have participated in poll found dead, suspected suicides, shot selves in backs of heads. In other news, a new witness willing to come forth and testify that Putin has sent critics to their deaths by assassination, has been found dead on the ground outside his 14-story apartment, of an apparent gravity overdose.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.